I can do it, but it's going to be really tough. It's going to be, see, I can't fathom it now. It's just a process that I'm going through. Um, the smallest little hints of things coming in over the years. Pardon me while I look completely I mean, you'll never feel the how ridiculous man is getting. I've yet to see women included, by the way. If they were, I don't think it would be so bad. But what I'm seeing that's being harbored as women, that is reproducing itself, I have yet to be impressed, and I think there's some other higher ups that would probably agree. And I'm wondering at this point when they're going to beam me up. You know, it's like, get me the fuck out of here, please. But getting back to my higher ups, and that I've been in like this really trippy communications with, it's really, really, really just, it's so personal, but you hear people talking about it, so I'm sharing it with you. And anyway, it's just a timely thing. It's trying to tell me, and I know this somehow. I know it naturally, but they're saying, "Come on now, snap into this. You know this." How it's an inner sanctuary that you need to be able to reside in. I know this, and um, having to surrender the world and every bit of your so-called, I guess it's your dreams here, your potential, or see, this is where I just don't know if that it's right. And I think at this point with this lunar eclipse, with the solar eclipse, it's one of the most intense things. It's really an intense thing for my generation anyway. Any Libra, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, late degrees especially. But everybody, everything is affected. Are you kidding me? Hey, this is stuff that goes on that the ancients know, you know, by this time, perhaps, you know, if you haven't, I mean, really, by this time. Everybody's saying it's a great time in history to be alive, and it's such a unique time. It's like, yeah, but you know what, man? This is really tough. I don't know. The communications need to go on, but still, the changes are going to keep compounding, and um, the world doesn't shape up and get better. You know, nobody's going to be able to change it. What you do is you change, like I said, and you maintain your own inner sanctuary. And it's like, oh, yeah, God. Because I think they're going to start building over here on this side, and it's like I don't really need to build. See, this is what I feel I need to do somehow, some way, just to dare insert it into these people. It's like, do you realize that you guys aren't even here? You're not occupying the house that's here already, but you're building a structure, or here to do what? You're coming here using this place like a trampoline. And it's disgusting to me because you should be present more with it and be able to adhere more with this place, but you're not. And that includes me being here. And really, can I give a shit? Just like you, the answer is no. You and your ugly fucking fence that doesn't make sense. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, that fence. I know I probably sound so weird and like, oh God, you know, this person is not handling. Babes, I'm not handling being reduced down into an imprisonment. And now I have to drop the potential of all of that, which I could have been in the world, like as far as that. Now, this is just a place of my spiritual awakening. And if I move away from here, it'll be different. But how am I going to do that like this? I don't do it like this. I am being slowly prepared. I have to psychologically and spiritually and bodily and mentally uproot. And I cannot plan any of this the best thing for me to do is move with love, move in love. Now, I didn't just say, I'm a welcome mat and let this person, with each stake he drives in the ground, um, uh, just let yourself fade away as a presence here. No, let him know you're here. And let him know that he's there! Moving as unconscious as can be. It's fucking despicable. I am hoping and praying to God, the one that I know loves me, and says, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. It's gonna feel really bad before it gets good. How? What? With these eclipses, and particularly the moon's nodes, that's what it is, the north and south node. Happens to be a very Martian and Venusian thing. Like, get your fucking relationships together. Like, this shit here over here, that's not really anything that I can see that is well, it's not humane enough that its presence is like I said, they're not occupying the house over here. There's a house over here that they bought on a piece of land. Now I'm just jumping the gun. See, I'm irritated that I hear stakes and it's being plotted. Something is being plotted out there. I need to go up there and ask. Really, what I'm going to say is, please tell me you're just fucking making a plot for a bitchin' corn garden for the neighborhood here, because we need that now. We don't need your selfish bubble fucking act like what's going on right and left of me. Do you realize that I've been here a lot longer and you guys can care less? You're looking at me like, oh, you got some kind of problem. Yeah, I do. You people acting selfish like you're the only things living here. You just fucking plowed through your mountain yard here, and I hope you're making a garden. No, yes, but see, you're not present enough to know what I'm saying, that I love the fucking ladybugs here. Do you love that I love the ladybugs here? No. And so you're threatening me just being here, babe. That's all. Ah, no, this is energetics we're talking about, and you people are fucking... I can draw a cartoon of these fucking big fucking... What are they? Cow ass rump eating fucking meathead, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to get the fuck away from it. And I have so much time to level out something, my guides, and this is probably the same for you. This is probably the same for you. You have an inner sanctuary that you can go through. You can go through anything and still make it through by having access to that inner sanctuary. It doesn't mean that you don't interact from there. Really, you need to stay in that inner sanctuary, because you know what? At this point right now, as I'm giving you this message, myself the message, really, I know what I'm doing. I don't have anybody, and so I use YouTube and I talk on it. Who do you have that's real? That's not you, but you. Daring to put it up here, because what if somebody does hear that I need them to hear? Maybe it makes them think too of their situation. Yeah, you know, I feel the same pressure. And I admit I have an Aquarius moon, and the fixed moons, we don't do good with changing. If it's there, it's like, this has been so unique. It's amazing actually, because I'm gotten this far over the last 3 years. It's been a year and a half or so, or more, just a little more, of preparing to do what I have already done, which is to just, sell off some of my inheritance, which isn't good. Really, it should be the opposite of, you find love, Shauna, and you fix things up here. And you be a radiance with your teammate in life. That was my plan, but it's being thwarted. It's being destroyed by narcissists, or whatever it is that can't seem to do the same thing. Is what we're talking about, is change, change, change. Have to change. But now, whether or not that's like two people getting together and selling out, and then transferring all their wealth into something that they wholeheartedly agree. Well, what are our goals? For me personally, I hate to sound vain, but it's to stay as healthy as I have been, really to access the joy and the freedom, to really just maintaining who I am, for the next half of my life, which I happen to know it's very different than the first half because I'm getting older. I call it, what do you call it? The leverage, doing leverage now, you know. You make sure you warm up and before you run. You know, you can't just move the way the same you do, right? You have to kind of do leverage and it's actually smarter. Well, same thing with my let's just say I have a little bit of finances, man, to retire over and really no, babes. This is the same thing. This is the same key for you. It doesn't matter how much money you've made, man. That's just gonna prove more and more. I mean, yeah, really, but it's love. It's love. It's your value. Your money isn't going to be worth a damn if you can't value your own self-worth, which is your lovability. Who you are, what you love, and the level of love that you have achieved as far as just being present with what? Not with just your needs, but others. The whole scene here, the whole scene, like what I feel I need to do. And this is tough. This is tough because I've been just dealing with these fucking idiots over here. So I have to go and I have to look at this guy. He already showed me something that is a positive thing. He reaches over onto my property and he picks up this little piece of asphalt and he's like, you know, it's stuff like this. You know, do you mind? Can I remove this? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I agree. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you're saying you don't like that. And this was way before the asphalt thing happened over there. So I had to just go over here. I have to calm down as the air is rising, as the I'm just here alone trying to fending for myself. I mean, God, you know, if I had a teammate, we could both stand out there and say, what are you doing? Did you know Jesus says do the opposite of the first compulsory suggestion? What is this? Let's all assess. Can we all assess that if this is um useful for all of humanity or us or living things? Do you care that I'm here? Am I useful for all of humanity? No. Well, you know what? You're dangerous to me. You're just flat dangerous. And I'm not going to move. Nope, I'm going to go to court and I'm going to fucking say to you, are you aware of the non-humane society that we are surrounded by? Who moves without rhyme and reason? No law, lawless people that are just taking away your intellectual property. If you had any pride at all, if you're over the age 50, if you're going on the age 70 and you're sitting there with a goddamn judge's mallet, you're going to hear half of what I'm saying is the truth because you've been alive long enough to have your ass disrespected and insulted by these fucking I was going to say underage, but they're overgrown fucking toddlers now just running amok. They don't know where we are and what we're doing and how to do it, and it needs change, and they need to be the change, and they're not being it. They're being a fucking pain in the ass.